For sure.
So.
No, that's a fact. I can agree with that. Before we get out of here, on your journey with the New York Knicks, Linsanity, and playing through that. First off, what was your point of view just on that whole thing? Like,
I went to Mike D'Antoni and I was like, yo, I need another week to come back. So that's how it started. Because I couldn't, he was supposed to get cut. Remember, he was supposed to get cut. And I was supposed to get activated, but my back was messed up. And so it started with that. And then we lost to Houston. And I was like, Coach, you got to play Jeremy Lin. He was like, you out your mind. He's the only guy that goes north and south in your offense. Tony Douglas this way, Amon Shumpert this way. And so if they go this way, nobody dives. So when Melo come up, Melo frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care who it is. You got to find somebody to go north or south. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And he played Jeremy Lin in the Houston game. I think the fool had like 6 points, four rebounds, like a steal, assist. Really got beat by 30.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, see, Coach, like if you can get 4 in if you can get this just in a regular game while we're losing by 6 and 8, we'll be like, we got enough. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so Jeremy Lin locker was next to mine. So I got to witness the whole entire thing, bro. From the first game he balled to the next game he balled, like it was like his locker here, we had an empty locker here, and it's my locker, to where like I was getting dressed, bro, in like the damn near in the bathroom. In the handicap store, I had to hang my shit up. Bro, it was like 1,000 people in the locker room. I mean, you was hooping, right?
Yeah.
So you weren't, I don't know how y'all was looking at it, but he was on CNN, MSNBC.
It was crazy.
MTV, BET, the Weather Channel, VH1, they was all in there. Because I kept having to move my seat out. I'm like, damn, what's the Weather Channel doing in here? It's like Jeremy Lin, make it rain. Chinese, bro, so many China media. It was crazy. They had to move him to a press conference. Like, granted, this is like maybe like 3 weeks before All-Star Weekend.
Mm-hmm.
He is doing press conferences in a full room of people. Kobe came in town. Hey, Kobe, don't let this dude bust your ass. He hot. You know what I mean? He hot. Don't let him get you, bro. You know, Kobe like, come on, BD. Not worried about none of that. I'm like, hey, yo, he is going to kill you guys tomorrow. And I'm telling you this now, bro. Just so when I come in here after the game, right, you're not mad at me. So me and him at dinner, and this is all I'm talking about. No matter what Kobe is talking about, all I keep coming back to, like, hey, dog, he is going to bust your ass tomorrow, and I'm going to show up in your locker room, and I'm going to be laughing. Bro, the Lakers come in town. Hey, dude, he served the Lakers. And after the game, I went right down there. He was tight. Hey, dude, Kobe was so tight. He was so tight. He was hot. Because he didn't, you know what I mean? You didn't know what to, like, this kid had magic. It was just some shit that you only see the greats have. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But you see people have these moments on 10-day contracts or like filling in for somebody. Like you see somebody have a great 1 or 2 weeks, but like the attention and the level he was playing at was like ridiculous. And then we played Miami and LeBron and it was like, all right, we done with all this shit.
It's over. They ended
it.
What you being the veteran point guard on that team, what was y'all relationship?
With Jeremy Lin?
Yeah.
Oh, we were super cool. Super cool. Because remember, that's supposed to be my spot. I'm supposed to start. But now he balling, so I'm like, oh shit.
I'll come off the bench and lead me, JR, Shump, you know what I mean? Novak. So we had a nice little bench mob that complemented it. So I was for him starting because I didn't know how long I was going to be able to make it through the season if my minutes were to increase. And so me playing 20 minutes a game right now, you know, for the second half of the season and get myself all the way right for the playoffs, that's all I was banking on. And so I needed him, you know what I mean? And we would work out together because he was trying to get me right to come back to play.
Yeah.
So I had a great relationship with him, you know. And you watch a lot of people see an opportunity. And a lot of people was trying to help him. And it was just like, I just think all that shit was just overwhelming. You know what I mean? It got real overwhelming. And, you know, for a dude who's never had media attention. Like, bro, I don't think you could have handled it. Like, I definitely couldn't have handled it. You know what I mean? But like, you get a lot of media. I don't think you could have handled it because it was just like, where are these people coming from?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was like in the middle of the season, and it was just, at some point, this shit was going to have to die out. But the media coverage wasn't dying out. You know what I mean? So it was a little dissension. Whose team is it? You know what I mean? Like, all the goofy shit. Like, fool is Melo, Amari, everybody team but Jeremy Lin. You know what I mean? Like, we going to rock with this Linsanity. And,
for sure.
You know, we going to ride that way, but it definitely ain't his team. You know, and there was a little bit of confusion in that. Now I talked to Melo about the podcast because they had a breakfast. All them fools, and we was in Milwaukee, and I passed by. I was like, "What y'all doing?" He was like, "Man, you know, we trying to, you know, figure it out." I was like, "Figure it out? Show team. You come over here with us. You balling? You balling? You about to get paid?
But it's not your team,
bro. You ain't built for what these dudes is built for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the type of year you having, we gonna rock with you. You know what I mean? Ain't gonna be no hate. We gonna love you. You know what I mean? We gonna protect you. We gonna learn. We gonna grow together. But these are your guys.
I don't think people understand the mentality, but also what it takes to be a superstar in this league. He was getting superstar attention, superstar treatment. But to really be a superstar in this league, like, how different you got to be to have to do that on that level every single night. It's a totally different ballgame.
And you got to be wired different.
Yes, you do.
You got to be completely wired different, and you're not wired like that. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be like, the world revolves around me all the time, me only, and everything that I do tonight is about us. You know what I mean? My performance is a win. You don't want that pressure on yourself as you start. Now, as a point guard, you want that pressure because if you got these three people, okay, I like my chances with my superstars. Which makes a point guard a superstar because of your value. You know what I mean?
100%. That's fact. That's a fact. Was there any misconceptions about Melo? Like, how Melo viewed because you just started this off. You said, yo, we need somebody to get downhill for Melo rolling up. So if he's then getting downhill, then it sounds like Melo would appreciate him as opposed to the way it was built out during that time. Was like,
well, you got to think Linsanity happened when Melo was out. So whoever was rolling, like the offense is rolling now because it's spots to fill. And there's no Melo around, and Melo want to post. You know what I mean? Melo got to get into his rhythm for end of game shit.
Absolutely.
So when Melo came back, it was more so like Melo just didn't want to stand in the corner, bro. You know what I mean? So
rightfully so.
He Carmelo Anthony. Bro, he Carmelo Anthony. And so when Melo came back, our bench was aligned. Like, we was smacking people. But it was the bench that was running up the score. So people were like relating that to like, they weren't really like working in clashing in together, but it was a different offense too. It was Woody's offense.
Yeah.
So it went from D'Antoni to Mike Woodson in the same season.
It's a totally different offense.
Like Woodson is like, hey, this is my guy. This is my guy. My point guard does this, and I'm gonna let my point guard eat and however, but like this is how my point guard plays.
So Woody was the worst thing that could have happened to Jeremy Lin.
No, Woody was the best thing that could have happened to Jeremy Lin because he was gonna save him from like walking out there by himself.
So
you know what I mean?
From the false sense of what everybody else was trying to do.
You would have had to maintain Linsanity and go this way with D'Antoni. Which means, if we winning and we rolling, like, dude, you the next Steve Nash, Luka, you know what I mean? But like, at some point, people ain't gonna believe that shit.
Yeah, no, that's a fact.
You gotta make people believe it every day, and it's not just 2 weeks. You dig what I'm saying? So when Miami went and locked it, came and was like, okay, we locking everything up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It forces you, and then D. Will came back in New Jersey, had a great game. We lost to them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, oh, you a superstar? Okay. How do you feel about superstars? You know what I'm saying? Now you was loved. Now you hate it. Superstars are hated.
Hated. That's a fact.
Can you play being the most hated person on the court?
That's a fact.
And so that was like Woody coming in was like, yo, man, you can be a starting point guard with, Melo, Amari Stoudemire, Tyson Chandler, and I think it was maybe like Landry Fields or somebody like that.
Uh-huh.
You can be in this starting 5 and wind up being a good point guard, growing into the guards he had, Bibbies and Teagues, and you know what I mean? And then I'm coming off the bench so I can stabilize you. You know what I mean? So like all we got to do now is just play for wins. But you ain't about to be getting these 25, 7s, 10, 15s, like those days are over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we're actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
We deep. We got 10, we go 10 deep, and you're a good fit with these guys, but if you want to come off the bench and rock with them, like you may have a little bit more freedom, but you're not because you got JR, you got Shump. Like we all clicking and rolling, and I think what Woody was trying to do for Jeremy was get him in. So like, you got a name, bro. So people be like, okay, you're not a fluke. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're a starting point guard in this league.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? And so I don't think Woody hurt. I don't think Jeremy Lin got hurt.
Yeah.
And he didn't come back. I think that's ultimately what hurt how people looked at him. Because when you went to Houston, you know what I mean? Now you got a big deal. Now you the man.
Yeah.
And there's no Linsanity, you know what I mean? And so sometimes you got to realize when you are of a moment and how to take the moment and like create something bigger than yourself for other people, you know what I mean? But I don't think he could have kept up that frequency, And so as it was dying off, I think him being established, solid point guard would have been the best thing for him. Melo was trying to help him. Like him and Melo was cool. Only thing they were trying to figure out was like the offense. But everything else, like Melo was trying to help him get marketing deals with his team. Like, cause the dude was like, it was crazy. Like Hollywood actresses that I knew, and I ain't gonna say no names. They was like, so like, yeah, what's happening? How you like New York? I'm like, good, what's happening? How you doing? Like, what's up with Jeremy Lin? Like, huh? Like, Jeremy Lin? Like, well, how is he? I'm like, who's asking? Like, is that the word? It was like, yeah, we got a couple friends want to meet him, come to the game. I'm like, dude.
Wow.
I'm like, Jeremy, you have no idea, bro. Like everybody, he was the most famous person in the world for like 2 weeks.
That's crazy, man. That was a crazy run. Last one before we get out of here. As a former Warrior, your thoughts on Clay? Clay going to the Mavericks.
God damn. You know what I mean? Like, I hate to see it because, y'all was babies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's similar to how we feel about Kobe here in LA.
Yeah.
Cause you watch y'all go from, young men to superstars to like legends. You know what I mean? And so, I wish Clay the best because I'm a Clay fan. I'm the player fan first. So whatever the player feel like is best for them, I'm always rocking with the player.
100%.
But as a Warrior fan and what he meant to the Warriors, I just hope like they do the documentary, the welcome back. Like, let me direct a video or some shit like that. Like, just honor the man the way he's supposed to. But shit, man, the dynasty is over. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I want to ask you how you feel because I asked you on my podcast, but like I don't know how you just kill how you kill a dynasty without letting your gunslingers ride off in the sunset, bro. Like, I'm a movie dude. I'm like,
Absolutely.
damn, like who did this? Who took my guy out?
Where's the storybook ending at?
This is not the storybook ending that is supposed to happen. But the league is a business. I think it's good for Clay. You get to go to a team that he can help win. I think it's good for the Warriors because the Warriors are going to get better. We already got, Derrick Jones. Is it Derrick Jones Jr.?
No, it's DeAnthony Melton. Kyle Anderson.
I thought Derrick Jones Jr. went to the Clippers. Anthony Melton and
Buddy
Kyle
Hill.
Anderson.
And
Buddy Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
my
sir.
fault. Yeah, y'all got better too. Because you replace Clay with some shooting. You add some playmaking shooting. You know what I mean? And like, I just think that the way y'all play, y'all gonna be there. You just need one of them young dudes to figure out that shit easy out here for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like JK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
No doubt. I appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you, my
man.
guy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. That's a wrap.